voltage controls oxygen, because you really have to fix both of those if you're going to have functional cells. Why do cells lose their voltage, and how are you going to fix them? And also to realize that to make new cells, you not only have to have voltage, but you have to have all the raw materials that it takes to make a new cell. And that, of course, is the nutritional piece. So if you have a home and it's destroyed by a hurricane or by a tsunami or something, and you have to build it back, guess what? You have to have all the parts to build it back. Many people get confused. They say, well, I'm going to find this one particular South African jungle juice and it's going to make me well. Well, it's simply not true. It doesn't exist. So to build a new house, you need doorknobs and bathroom tiles, but you can't build a house with doorknobs and bathroom tiles. It's not a functional home. You have to have all the parts. And that's something that many people, in particular, even nutritionists, miss. You have to have everything that it takes to make cells. So you have to have voltage, you have to have all the parts, and then what you're talking about is you have to deal with the toxins that are present that can damage cells as fast as you make them. That kind of leads us to what is the body's battery system and wiring system. So it turns out that the human body is a portable electronic device. So what do all portable electronic devices need to function? A battery, right? So it turns out that the body has approximately 5 different battery systems. But perhaps the biggest and the one that is easiest to access for us are our muscles. So our muscles are piezoelectric. So what does that funny word mean? If you take a piece of quartz and you squeeze it with a pair of pliers, it emits electrons. And that phenomenon is called piezoelectricity. So every time we move our muscles, we're actually generating electrons. Fortunately, our muscles are also rechargeable batteries. And our muscles are stacked one on top of each other, like stacking batteries in a flashlight to form a power pack. So every organ in the body has its own battery pack. And a stack of muscle batteries is what's been called an acupuncture meridian. So we have 12 acupuncture meridians, or 12 circuits, that provide the minus 25 millivolts needed for cells to run. And by the way, it takes double that, or minus 50 millivolts, to make a new cell. So if your battery pack has 50 millivolts available, then you can have the voltage necessary to make cells, as long as you also have the parts and you deal with the toxins. Now, our muscles are surrounded by a white, shiny stuff called fascia. So when you carve a turkey, you'll notice that all of the muscle in the turkey is surrounded by this white sheath of stuff. And that sheath of stuff, the fascia, is actually the body's wiring system. So it's actually a semiconductor. So what's a semiconductor? A semiconductor is an arrangement of molecules arranged in such a way that electrons only move through it in one direction. But they move at a rapid speed. So that helps us understand why when you put a drop of essential oil on your big toe, it's in your brain like that, because it goes up the fascia, which is a wiring system, and it sends those frequencies very rapidly through that system. Hands off that voltage to the other batteries, which root cause of organ failure is you always find that the power pack, or the acupuncture circuit, or the battery pack that provides voltage for that organ to work and repair itself has failed. It's lost its voltage, which leads one to the obvious question, well, why did that battery pack lose its voltage? This particular circuit, called the spleen circuit, we have a particular muscles stacked one on top of each other like batteries in a flashlight to form power pack. This circuit starts down under the big toe, goes up the inside of the leg, down the back where it goes to the adrenal glands, the spleen, and the pancreas. It goes up into the neck and makes a loop and hooks into what's called the stomach circuit. One that goes up from the feet has been called spleen, and the one that goes from your head back down towards your feet is called the stomach circuit. All of our circuits are in pairs like this, one going up and one going down, one that actually has a plus and one is the minus. As it makes this loop, it actually goes to the macula of the eye. So anyone who has macular degeneration has lost power in their stomach circuit. And so when the cells die every 48 hours, you can't replace them. And eventually you don't have enough cells in your macula to see clearly. So obviously the solution for macular degeneration is simply going to be to figure out why you lost power in the stomach